Hello and welcome to this solo playthrough of Advanced Squad Leader. I'm Robin Reeve, and we will be setting up and previously also examining the scenario card of scenario J248 Danish Crossroads, which was published in the last ASL Journal 15. I think it has seen a lot of play already. As you know, I don't guarantee a faultless play. I'll make errors, of course, if you see some really blatant ones or things that are of consequence, and you can post a comment before I record the next scenario, the next stage, the next video of this scenario. Please do put your remarks, so it helps me and helps everybody. So here we are. Scenarios featuring Danish resistance against German assault are quite rare because the battles didn't last a lot. But here we have one. So it happens at Bredewaard, Denmark, 9 April 1940 at 6:30. Units of the Infanterie Division 170 and Schützenbrigade motorized 11 reached the outskirts of Bredewaard, a hamlet just north of German-Danish border. Here at the crossroads of Bredewaard itself, a company of the Danish 4th Bicycle Battalion had been hurriedly dispatched to set up a roadblock before the Germans could arrive to seize the intersection. They managed to reach the crossroads moments before the armored cars of Schützenbrigade Motoris 11 appeared. I don't know how you say motorisiert? Possible. Yeah, I shouldn't try to read German. I learned German at school, but I wasn't good at it. So, aftermath. Uncertain if they could expect beer and pilse, the German quickly realized that this wasn't going to be a party when the first armored car went up in flames after being hit by a Danish 20mm anti-tank gun. The Germans then became bogged down in the outskirts of town. It wasn't until reinforcements arrived from Tinglev and encircled the defenders in Bredewaard that the Danish crossroads finally fell into German hands. So, let's go and see this scenario. I like it because of the theme, which is quite rare, and because you have here very interesting early war gear, 20mm 80 tank guns, and facing light armor vehicles and Panzer II. So, a lot of tin cans, but also it's a pleasure when a 20mm gun can be a threat. So the victory conditions are quite, let's say, complicated at first sight, but they are not. If you look at it, I had to ask on Game Squad to really see if I understood them well. So the Germans win at the end of any game turn if there are no good order Danish MMC in or adjacent to hexes 57X4, 57Y4. So that's the first condition about Danish immediately losing or Germans immediately winning if you don't have MMC, a Danish MMC adjacent or in both hexes 47X4 and Y4. We'll look at that on the map afterwards. Or at game end, that means the Danish haven't been evacuated around those two hexes, by having one or more good order squad equivalent in total and or, so it can be either or yeah, it's not an XOR, it's an inclusive or, mobile AFV with functioning MA in hexes, the same hexes, X4, Y4. So, on the defense, we have 6 Danish squads, 3 elite, 3 line, and 2 crews to man the anti-tank guns, 2 leaders, an MMG, LMG, 7 dummy OB given concealment counters, and 2 80 tank M35 20mm. Elements on infantry, so those are first company. We already wrote those credentials of units. So the Germans, quite, let's say, standard 10 first liners with 3 leaders, an MMG, an LMG, and setting up also on board 3 PSW, and on turn 4 some reinforcements in the form of a Panzer V-F. So, okay. You'll see that the Germans have quite a lot of open ground to cross, so the use of smoke dispenser, for an example, will be necessary just to cross those fields. So the environmental conditions are moderate, no wind at start, standard. All buildings are stone. Orchard hexes are open ground, and orchards in road hexes do not exist. I did my best to figure that. Place a burning wreck in XZ8. Kindling is not authorized. So one Maschinenkanone 20mm M35 80 gun may not set up hidden concealed, but may still be in place. That means that there were some previous ghost turns where it fired in the LOS of the Germans, and it must set up with an LOS to XZ8 and with XZ8 in its covered arc. LOS checks to X8 are allowed for this gun at setup for confirmation. 3. The Danish player may record the location of any SMC SW as if the scenario defender was at night. I won't do that. We'll play normally. And anyway, the German must be wary about every stack, which can contain support weapons at least, and AV crews may not voluntarily abandon their vehicles. So here is the battlefield. So the grain, the fields are plowed. Here in white are the places where I'll have to place the Spähwagen, and this is the limit for the German, who must set up above them. Yeah, I don't know where's the north now. Just need to check. Yes, it's up there. I just added the counter. So the two important VC hexes here are here. So you need to have MMCs which are adjacent or in both those hexes. So the two most key ones are here and here, because each one is adjacent to both. Of course, the hexes themselves also play that role. All others are adjacent to one or the other one. That's it. So the Germans will need to cross up over here. They can also go around here, I presume, knowing that it will be complicated nevertheless to move around here, even with an armored car, but it's not impossible. Infantry will have a tough time. I presume that some advance here, hopping here and here and here, would be the best place. So the Danish need to figure out how to stop people that way. But they need to have people here. So the assets of the Danish are, of course, both their anti-tank guns, one which is visible, so I will need to place it with LOS to that hex. It's quite complicated because I cannot set up on half hexes. That really is annoying, because that would be the ideal place just to fire on that. That tank. I could put them here. I think I'll try to put them here. Okay, so that's it. And in the defense, we'll see perhaps something here. I like when an AT tank gun can swing. Of course, this is the obvious place, but too obvious in my opinion to place the anti-tank gun. Perhaps one here, but if the things come this side, it will be complicated to Well, we have some good choices, or perhaps an anti-tank gun who covers here and covers here, but yeah, and slightly the road can be a good idea. But of course, as soon as it swings, it's covered out. It's stuck. So. There we are. Should the Danish deploy a little? I believe yes. The machine guns are also good anti-tank weapons at this stage of war, so we could try to do something with them. Okay, and facing them, of course, the German will adapt. I would presume that this would be a good place, and the armored cars, yeah, they're on the wrong side, but they, yeah, we must. That's important to try to see all the cars come here, and the infantry works with them. So perhaps, yeah, let's see. Do we need to have infantry here jumping? They'll really suffer a lot. Here they suffer less. I think it's the obvious place, and the armored cars can come here and help them support them. Okay. Well, yeah, I like this puzzly situation, and oh, I forgot to tell who is the designer of the thing. So it's Jens Domander. I don't think I have seen scenarios by him, and I'm looking forward to playing his design, and I'm very honored to feature his scenario on YouTube. So let's start with the Danish units. I need to place, first of all, a gun here in a place which sees this tank, this wreck. I'm going to guess Y8. So it works. I don't know. Ah, there's the hindrances are the are the smoke of the hex. So I could put it there. Don't think I see a lot of it. I could have a musing place here, but I think really T5 to X to Z8. I think it's not possible, but who knows? No, not possible. So that was yeah. So I don't. Yeah, Captain Obvious means that I can put it there. So here we are. I think I can put the covered arc here quite certainly, because it could cover hexes here. So there we are. This is for one. And what would be the other one? Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, as I said, I think it could be a good idea just here or here. No, really, I'm in a dilemma. But I think if I had a second one here, it could be a surprise for the German, who would say, but I don't see how they could bunch those guns on the same side. This could be a nice place, of course, but slightly away from the center. Oh, it's really complicated. Here, I think I'll go here, but I don't know what's coming, so I'll put them here. As you see, there's a little B11 with a star, so I'm going to look at the notice with you. I believe is that when it fires IFE, there's a problem. So here's the name, the note. The B number of the M35 is decreased by 1 to B10 when using IFE as signified by IFB equal B10 on the counter, but it's repaired on repair DR of 1 or 2 and remove on a DR of 6, quite like a medium machine gun. The minor ordnance note T just says that it cannot be towed by a vehicle, but that's not our problem. Off we go. So here I will deploy an elite, because we need, oh, what happened? Sorry, I did something wrong. There we are. So the machine gun really could cover this place, I think, the best. Here could be nice also, but oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I could put the light machine gun here as an anti-tank thing. I would love to have machine gun here, but it doesn't cover enough terrain. I'll go for those. We need some anti-tank things together. And have tough guys ready here to fight together. I think I can put those here. Some Alamo. Oh, I think I'll put the machine gun here. I know it's not optimal, but here, those places are death traps. Here we can slightly go. Yeah, it can be interesting still to have somebody here and have somebody around here. I don't know if it's the best place either. No, but we need to stuff up or beef up our defense. Of course I'm going to protect those. This could be interesting as a threat, even if it doesn't exist really, and we have still... I think I'll place them here so you don't need to know who is whom. What did I do? Really? I cannot excuse my fat fingers here. There we are. There we are. I just gave name to the leaders. This is Ansen and Herbo. Could have given it to the best leader because Old Bo was really a very good rules guru in his time. Unfortunately, he left ASL perhaps 15 years ago, even more, to my permanent regret, because he was a nice guy. But you know, the ASL milieu can be quite tough, and really that's a shame. So, thinking of you, Elbow, thank you for all the rules discussions and things we lived together while I was also moderator on Game Squad in the beginning. And so here we are. So we have the Germans. This is complicated. Of course, I won't put any tank in this size. I'm just going to check if they can set up in motion. Yes, they can set up in motion, which is good news. So the problem here, can they enter here? It's slightly stupid. It'll take ages, and we only have 5 turns. But I would be tempted, you know, starting here in motion, you enter here. Because moving bypass, you enter here for a full MF, so it's not possible. So this means that the attack should be led through here nevertheless. So let's go. I'm on this one. Which is the better one? Oh, yeah, this is the best one. I'd like to put the best one first. So let's have here a little... No, here and here, and the 3 will be in motion. There we are. Okay. And what about the Germans? I'll take 1 and deploy it with an HMG. There we are. 3 PP, well. Oh, no, I'm not giving the LMG, so the 2 house squad, I have squad for that. Okay. I know I'm not allowed to do that. Okay, I could perhaps come here and squeeze. I'm just looking the LOS, trying to do something legal. Three, 6, 9, 10, 11. I'll create a little base of fire. Off we go. So here we would have 8. Yes, that's good. Try to go with this 8 up 1 could be a good way just to try to annihilate the gun, or at least reduce it. But I cannot count on that really. So what are we doing now? I'm just going to look if starting the vehicle in motion allows to do some armored assaults. I have the intuition it's allowed, but I need to see. I think it's allowed. Infantry may take advantage of the +1 TEM afforded by a friendly AFV in the same hex to move in a combined stack with the AFV, provided they begin their MF beneath that AFV. The status is not expressed. If infantry move in a stack with the AFV, that AFV cannot move farther, etc. So they have other descriptions. Yeah. It doesn't say anything else, so I think starting with the AFV in motion is not a problem. Off we go. So we could have people here moving. We won't hide in the place. We'll take the risks. We'll have the best leader with the best units, not too heavy stack, but at least 2 units with a sharer. So up, down they go here. Tanner will move with 2 also here, and the other ones I think we could have some people still. Oh, yeah, that's a question. It should be interesting to move over here too, so why not? Well, perhaps I'm not thinking my attack well too much. I think Uho can come here with his men. That's not a problem. And here we may have some. Oh, why is everything? But I'm only selecting those. So please, sir. Please, sir. Oh, this is embarrassing. Here, that's a good thing to do, and that means I won't have a lot of assault moves. But I think it's nevertheless useful to have this stack here moving. So, but I like that. You have a machine gun in center commanding, and you have units moving on the sides. I'll have 2 here. So this will be the main thrust nevertheless. And here will be some perhaps up. I don't like that stack at all. So this really is killing field. I think we need to advance here. Yeah. And even those will be moving over here. Oh, they can be hit. I don't think it's a good idea. We'll do something that, unhinging a defense. What am I doing? What the heck am I doing here? Those guys should move here. That's okay. They were really too much in advance. Nothing's going to cut there, so perhaps here, Tanner. And then, of course, you could have the machine, the gun, but it's quite improbable because if you hide this, you could, but, well. Yes, I think that's the best thing to do. Let's put those here. And some little house squad slipping around. There we are. Really, I'm not convinced, but we're having fun. So, sniper placement. let's go for here, and those will go for something around here, of course. Of course, I forgot to indicate the sun axis. Sun is quite logically a 2. So here we are. Okay. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I believe it's quite decent. The idea, I think, is to bring somehow my my armored cars around here, but of course we need to annihilate or at least interdict this defense. We don't know what's here and here. This is quite obviously a simple squad, half squad or thing. So moving in the woods and even moving around here and coming could be a good idea. Just checking, thinking about what I could do. Perhaps changing places between these two would be the best. So Sheha will take the risks of moving around here. Okay, so no Danish here, but we can have somebody firing over here. What do we have? No. And of course, the machine gun, if it does its job, it will hop here. Okay, and go on firing on those. Or, I don't know, or even from here to here, we have a good sight. Anyway, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All in all, I hope you're having a nice time looking at this setup video. I believe there are many ways to play it and to set it up, but perhaps my attack is too obvious. The first thing, we need to conceal units which are out of LOS, as here, quite certainly. I'm absolutely sure for those, and for those not. Yes, I'm absolutely sure too. So there we are. That's done now. And of course, Uher, no. Okay. That's 6. Let me think again about what I'm doing. I'm going to put, I know it's juicy, but the thing is to do it that way. So there we are. We will be done this time. So see you later for the sequel of and the starting of the scenario for Sirius, and above all, putting aside my errors and approximation. All in all, I hope we will have a lot of fun playing this nice little scenario. Bye-bye.